Welcome back. While much of D.C. was focused on Capitol Hill, President Trump was busy hosting Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan at the White House.
It marks Erdogan's first trip to the U.S. since 2017, and it was met with a lot of criticism. CBN News national security correspondent Eric Phillips joins us with what unfolded in the Oval Office. Eric?
Well, John and Jenna, right now, President Erdogan is not winning any popularity contests with most American people, which makes it difficult for many to see that President Trump appears to be a fan. I spoke with an expert today who said this meeting was an opportunity for Trump to take a firm stand against some of Erdogan's actions.
It's a great honor to be with President Erdogan.
As President Trump welcomed Turkish President Erdogan and his wife to the White House, his tone was positive, almost doting.
The president and I we've been very good friends. We've been friends for a long time, almost from day one.
The president had been criticized for welcoming Erdogan to the White House, especially after the Turkish leader ordered an invasion of northern Syria last month as soon as American troops pulled out. The U.S. subsequently worked to broker a ceasefire with the Turks.
I want to thank the president for the job they've done. Again, this has been thousands of years in the process.
Still others remember what happened the last time Erdogan traveled to Washington and his security detail attacked protesters.
I think it wouldn't be surprising if we see a repeat of this, because Erdogan knows so far there hasn't been any pushback.
Aykan Erdemir is an expert on Turkish affairs and a senior fellow at the Foundation for the Defense of Democracy. He says the two leaders meeting is really not the issue.
I think the skepticism comes from the fact that so far Erdogan has, for the most part, enjoyed praise from the White House. And I think critics here in the U.S. Mainly expect hard truths to be spoken.
Hard truths, Erdemir says, about things like Turkey purchasing arms from Russia, a NATO adversary. Also, the country's second largest lender, Hull Bank's involvement in violating sanctions against Iran. Then there's the attack on religious minorities during the recent siege in northern Syria, especially the Kurds, key U.S. partners in the fight against ISIS.
We have seen repeated reports of the targeting of Syriac Christians and Armenians and the Protestant churches and the Yazidis in the region. And these Turkish proxies enjoy impunity.
The leaders also focused on trade between the two countries, with Trump saying he'd like to see it increase from $20 billion a year to $100 billion. Some members of the Republican leadership also met with the two presidents this afternoon. Senator Ted Cruz agreed that he'd like to see the two countries work even closer, but he said there are two issues that must be resolved first: protection of the Kurds and the threat posed to NATO nations by the Turks buying missile systems from Russia.